Dun, 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 dun. So it's been a couple of days now since I finished insulating the van. The next step's to do the floor, and Joss is going to help us out. We've only got a couple of hours today though, because we're starting a little bit late. We had a few things to do this morning, so I think it's nearly 3 o'clock. So we're only going to have about an hour today. But we've been to the builders merchants, we've got some wood. We didn't actually get any insulation because they had none in stock, but I've had to order some, and that's coming on Tuesday, which is in 2 days time. But we can lift the floor up, we can put the battens down, we can glue those and screw those, and yeah, do as much as we can. And then once the insulation's here, then we can cut that to size and then fit it all in and everything like that. So let's get this light hooked up and you can see what we're doing. There we go. Is that a bit better?
Yeah.
The lamp.
Those two.
There we go. We're going to replace all of this, so it doesn't matter. But that one's stuck. Because it's got lots of like dirt in it and stuff, I might have to try and scrape it out. The guy that we bought the van from, he repainted all of the ply lining that was in the van. But the problem with that is that he painted over a lot of the screws, which makes it really hard to get the screws out again because they're full of paint. So I think we're going to have a little bit of trouble getting all the screws out, but we're going to do what we can and just expose the floor really.
Oh.
Good job. Well, no, don't get the screws, get new screws, but... So there's quite a few holes in the bottom of the van, like here, where the ply was screwed into the base of the van. And these are starting to go rusty and they go all the way through to the underside. So I think what we're going to have to do, before we get too carried away, is we're going to have to sand these down. Or I might drill them, maybe fill the holes with like an epoxy or something, and then paint them with metal paint. Because otherwise I'm worried that the rust might just get worse and worse and worse. And then on both wheel arches, the same thing. There's a hole where the ply was screwed through, and that goes all the way through into the wheel. And that's probably even worse because that's where like dirt and water literally just gets flicked around. So we've got to do them as well. But other than that, the condition of the van's very good, and we're just having a bit of a tidy up. Right, so another day. Another dollar. We've just been to the builders merchants again, and I got a file pack because those holes in the floor where the screws were in, I wanted to get a needle file so I can put it through the hole and then file away all the rust, because I don't really know how else you're going to do it. I also got some of these wire drill attachments, so around the screws. Yeah, there's a few there. Again, I only really wanted this one, but you've got to take the whole thing out just like that. And basically this is just gonna take any surface rust away like that. I think Joss wants that. Yeah, Joss wants that job. And then finally, we weren't really too sure what paint to use because you need to paint over the exposed metal. So we ended up getting a spray paint. I wanted to get a spray can anyway for underneath the van, and then I thought that we could just get the spray paint for inside the van as well. Yeah, we're going to get these holes filed, scraped back, painted, and then we can start thinking about filling holes and screwing down battens. Okay, so insulation has arrived. This particular brand is called Kingspan. You can also get Celotex, and I think Recticell's another one, but it's all like the same stuff, just different brands. It's essentially just like a really dense foam with a foil backing, so it insulates really well, and it's got the reflective properties. But this is the back of our van at the moment anyway. We've got the timber battens glued to the floor. We use this stuff called CT1. It's quite expensive, but it's just like the ultimate adhesive in silicone stuff. I don't know what it's got in it, but this stuff is like absolutely amazing. These battens are literally just glued down on the high points, and that is so solid. I think it's actually stronger than screwing it down with self-tapping screws, and then you don't have holes going through the bottom of the van either. I also use that CT1 just to fill in all the holes in the bottom of the van, but I literally just squirted a load of it in the hole and then a big blob on the top, and then just kind of like smushed it around a little bit. And I mean, that is, well, I don't know what you could put over a hole that could seal it any better than that, to be honest with you, unless you like welded it or something. All the holes should be completely sealed now and weatherproof. Nothing's coming in. Battens are all in. We've done the spray paint on the rust. I just need to start cutting the sheets and then putting them in place. What are you doing, Digby? What are you doing? And there we go, everybody. The floor is back down again with an inch of insulation. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Oh, jeez. Where I'd put the insulation on the wheel arches, I'd obviously made it bigger than it was before, so I had to cut the ply on both sides so that it would fit, because this was like overlapping about an inch. So I had quite a bit to cut off of that. The only other thing as well is where these two boards meet, it's not quite flat, because there's a batten here and then the next one is, well, it's over there, so there's nothing fixing this down, so I'm not really too sure what to do with that. I might have to do something with it, but yeah, I don't really know. I'll just play around with that. I've still got quite a bit of that insulation board left as well. There's quite a bit outside, but I was thinking I'll be able to lose that in the walls with the fluffy fluff when we get around to it. It's really good insulation, so certainly not going to waste that. So now that's done, I think the next job's going to be the diesel heater. I'm not going to start fitting it straight away. I want to do a little bit of research on it just to make sure I know what I'm doing, especially when it comes into drilling into the fuel tank for the diesel. I really want to make sure I get that right, because that could be a very expensive mistake if I get that wrong. I've also got the water tank arriving tomorrow, I think, so once that's here as well, I can position that where it's going to go next to the wheel, and then I can start thinking about building the bed frame. And then when that's done, the heater's in, I can start messing about with everything else, so the cupboard for the electricity, the fridge, the shower. I can start kind of positioning everything a bit better. I'm still not really sure what to do above the cab area. I've got no idea what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. I don't know. I really hope you enjoyed this video anyway. I'm absolutely knackered and it's just getting dark, so I want to wrap this up. If you did enjoy this video, give it a massive thumbs up. But until next one, guys, have a safe drive, stay alive, try not to spill anything, make sure you have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.